So my name is Sergii Daniloff. I'm working as a web developer at Fleetmatics, and I will tell you today about my own library, care-config. It's some small library for configurations on node.js servers. And let me explain some small idea how it's working. So it's already in npm, and you can just install npm install care-config save. And what the idea of this library? Usually we in some folder have some configuration, big JavaScript object that has a lot of different fields. But for different environment, we use different settings, like connection string or some security settings. And in that case, we can put in the same folder different files. Let's say we have main, we have development that use different port, and we have production that also use different port. And when we include our config manager in app.js and just set up it through some folder, config folder. It just try to find one file, main file, and second file that depend from the node environment variable. And in that case, in one environment, we will have port 43, but it's mistake in the code, and in the production environment we should have port 80, and it's just merging. And also we can use this config library without any magic and without merging these files. Just select some file and load all this configuration. So, and this library can return like flat values, like port and just number, or just return some object, and you can manipulate inside your code this object. So, and also, I just, when I develop all this functionality, I just start to think how I can improve this library. And sometimes, let's say when we try to connect to MongoDB, we should have some very long and weird connection string that can be divided to some object. And in that case, I just provide some simple templating for this library. And if we return here, it's that's in configs that supports reference from one key to another key, and also templating. And if we can see, the DB connection object has reference to the user, to DB parameters, and to session keys. And DB connection has reference and template to the DB connection string, DB connection key. And if we just ask DB connection key, we will get this big JavaScript object. But if we ask the DB connection string, we already have parsed and applied all these templates, all values to the templates and the result string. So API, very simple. It just gets, set, and has. Also, I developed some pet project for based on Happy, and I provide a wrapper around that config library for Happy server. And a few facts about it that I was inspired for this library through ASP.NET web config transformation, full code coverage, high performance. It's I just did some benchmark, and for simple keys, it's like a few millions operation for reading, I think, and for templates and for reference keys, it's just a few thousand, but doesn't matter. And also I used for Gulp for everything. That's it. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?